poppin', y'all? This is Deidre with One Shot Game, man. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help improve your life. The choice is yours on which route you choose to take. Now, as I always say, you get two choices: the ability to faithfully settle in the life that has been set out for you, or the ability to pave the path towards your destiny. That choice is also up to you. So before I get into the title of my video, I want to say a big shout out to all my supporters. I see y'all. And even the ones in the back, I see y'all too. So, hey, look, check this out. Any real woman wants to be led. I don't care if you a femme. I don't care if you a stud, right? But at the same time, they also want to lead. Especially if you have that mentality of being the type of person that is always leading all the time. Sometimes you like for someone to lead you. You know what I'm saying? It may be a secret, you may not tell everybody, but you do like it. You know what I'm saying? And then the ones that always are led all the time like to be the ones doing the leading. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I always let you lead. When you gonna let me lead? You know what I'm saying? Listen, let me help you understand something. I'm the type of person that I like to be led. I do. You know what I'm saying? Show me something. You feel me? I'm going to sit back and peep game and watch you move how you move. You know what I'm saying? Until the leading is not leading. Then, therefore, I got to take control of the shit. You feel me? And again, there are some people who lead who don't like that. They want to lead all the time. You know what I'm saying? They don't want nobody to come in and try to lead. Listen, I'm all for that. I don't mind you leading. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? You leading, you going the wrong way. So I'm going to have to get in and do some leading. You know, and hey, that's hard for a lot of people who have this type of mentality where they have to lead all the time. So therefore they can avoid trying to be hurt. And I get it. Listen, trust and believe me, I get it. But this is coming from someone who enjoys being led. And the times that I was allowing someone to lead me, it wasn't always the best route. And I still stayed holding on and allowed this person to lead until it was like, okay, listen, now I got to take control of the whip because you leading us into a brick wall. We can't keep going that way, you know? And it was hard for some people to process that, especially when it comes down to me and what I like. You know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all would not believe, right, how some of the most aggressive studs that you'll meet in this day and age are not really as aggressive as you think when it comes to the bedroom. They like to be led. They like to be told what to do. But they have this aggressive demeanor outside to the public because of being in fear of being hurt. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the ones that's extremely feminine, right? But in the bedroom, they are aggressive as fuck. Like, they like to take control because that's where their power is. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. They have power in being, you know what I'm saying, who they are, but they get more power out of that. So, again, you know what I'm saying? You would be highly misaligning the truth if you thought what you think you want to think about that situation, you know, because a lot of times the older generation who don't really understand the younger generation, they always want to ask who wears the pants in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I just dress the way I like to dress because that's me, but you will be quickly mistaken if you found out that your feminine daughter is the one who wears the pants in the bedroom. Hey, she aggressive than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and it be tricking people out, I think, because of the way we've been led to believe how things are supposed to be. You know? And when it comes down to that, you'll have a lot of people playing an image. You know what I'm saying? And assuming it's like this, and you will be crazy mistaken when you find out that it's not. Now, understanding and knowing, I'm young still. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's not all about that, but don't get it fucked up. I'm a cancer too at the end of the day. You know? And the crazy part about it is, oftentimes, the misconception of when women get with me is the fact that I want to be the aggressor in the bedroom. That's not true. That's not true at all. You know what I'm saying? But I can be though. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I feel like it's all in your personality. It's all in what you like. But some people have more power in one area than the others, than the other. You know what I'm saying? And they feel invalid when you don't allow them to have the power there. You know what I'm saying? In the area that they good at. So automatically, they feel as if they're succumbing to you and where you hold the power if they can't dominate you in the bedroom like that. You know what I'm saying? If they don't got control over you sexually, you know what I'm saying, in the bedroom. And the fact that you may dominate them, but they got the conception that, you know what I'm saying, you like to be dominated. Listen, let me tell you something. Being the person that I am, is some truth to that. But at the same time, you got to really get to know a person, because a lot of people have a weird way of processing information. It's not logical, you know? So, because it's not logical, it could lead people astray. And listen, this is just information and knowledge for the ones that are being more open to that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is not going to live the way you think they should live. Trust and believe me, there are people in the generation before us that do a very good job on trying to mold, you know what I'm saying, their children to go down a certain path. But oftentimes, I don't think they believe and understand truly that the path could go different. You know what I'm saying? Listen, let me tell you something. On a soul level, there are so many people that do not confront the dark side of their life, that I don't think they understand how the children you birth after that can go in a direction where they do everything the opposite of how you did it when it wasn't so good. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's hard for a lot of people to process. So, again, for me, I've always been like this. You know what I'm saying? This is just me. This is just who I am. And I'm not explaining it to nobody, because I'm going to always be this way. But I feel like now it's the new generation versus the old way of living. You know what I'm saying? And I think truly it's just because a lot of older people do not have correct information and knowledge about it, or they close their minds off from even trying to get to understand it because they're so centered in their way of living. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, some moms think it's very disrespectful that their child is into the same sex. How? Because you like to be in the opposite sex? What does that have to do with me? Why is that disrespectful to you? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be. Nor am I asking you, hey, come over here. I'm doing me. And if you think about it, from what I seen growing up, was a lot of toxic shit in them opposite sexual relationships because of a woman not being able to fully express her power. And again, it can happen in same-sex relationships, right? But I just feel like sometimes your soul controls where it want to go. So, again, going back to what I was originally saying, a lot of parents wouldn't believe how sexually dominating their daughters are. And I'm just speaking from same-sex relationships because that's what I'm into. Niggas oftentimes naturally dominate. Like, women are expecting that from a man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not speaking on that, but I'm speaking for women who will give you this outside appearance. You know what I'm saying? That they may be one way, but in the bedroom, they're the complete opposite. It's so funny because for me, it's like, it's like, let me explain it in a way to where people can understand. when you are one that's like supposed to be the feminine one, dresses up, all that, some women expect you to want to be dominating or dominated in the bedroom, right? And then you have ones that are extremely aggressive studs, right, with all the shit to the public, but behind closed doors they want to be dominated. Like, they really like that shit, you know what I'm saying? And me being able to be on both sides of the spectrum, like dominating and being dominated, this is just for the ones that think they understand but really don't, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the demeanor goes in a direction where it's more leading towards protecting myself and showing a side to people that is letting them know I'm protecting myself until I feel safe. Once I feel safe, it's a whole nother side to me. And being on the side of the spectrum where I experienced that, you know what I'm saying? I been with very aggressive studs. Like, they with all the activities, all the drama, all the shit, right? But they really have this way about them behind closed doors that will completely amaze people compared to the outside demeanor that they show them, right? And then for the ones that's extremely feminine, like I'm talking about dumbass sexy, you know what I'm saying? They step out, shit on point, you feel me? Just be looking good in a motherfucker. Nigga, they will fucking tie your ass up and put your ass in a pretzel and have you thinking, what the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying? And it throws you off because, like I said, people have a certain perception towards what they think may happen, and it'll completely be backwards if they feel safe enough to do that to you. You know what I'm saying? So again, for me, being who I am and the fact that I've had multiple women in my life is the fact that I've seen both sides of the spectrum. And I just feel like we're living in a world now where with women, because that's what my experience is, you gonna get one side and the other, like a real true life split person, like feminine in an area and then aggressive in another area. You know what I'm saying? And they turn it on and off when they feel safe and when they don't. It's really highly attractive and highly sexy for me personally. You know what I'm saying? And since I know that that's what I be dealing with, I be like, okay, you feel me? I see you. Until I see some fuck shit that I don't like, and then I gotta be the aggressor. And some people just can't stand that. You feel me? Because like I said, a lot of women want to be the aggressor in the bedroom. So when they come across someone that they think they can manhandle and they end up getting manhandled, it make them feel some type of way. They don't know what to do. So they'll try everything they can to get you on the bottom instead of you being on the top. You feel me? Hey, this world we live in this day and age is crazy. But for the ones out there that don't know, you know what I'm saying? For the ones out there that, like I said, you could tell anybody anything. You can assume you know a whole lot about your children, bro, and come to find out they are completely the opposite of what you ever thought. They have a completely whole different side of them that you wouldn't even believe. But I bet you that person that they fucking know, you just probably don't. Because, again, if you have a parent that's so positive towards their way of life and not the dark side but the positive side, but they're negative towards your way of life, you wouldn't probably even really know them for real, because you're so fixated on making sure that they live the way you live instead of giving them the opportunity to live the way that they want to live. You know what I'm saying? So again, you gotta think the person that, you know what I'm saying, they fucking in the bedroom probably know more about them than you do. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to do everything they can to come talk to you in a way where it's going to protect your feelings. We've all done it. You know what I'm saying? Because usually, you feel me, your parents are the ones that you want to make happy. Your parents are the ones that you want to make proud in life. So you may not always be truthful with your real true identity. You know what I'm saying? Because it might scare some people. Like for me personally, listen, chill, cool as fuck. But there's something else about me that only comes out in relationships. And you feel me? It might scare motherfuckers who think they know me. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I'm into all that. I have grew up now, and I'm not really into, you know what I'm saying, dating studs. I really like films because they just turn a bitch on for real. You feel me? And the fact that they're extremely aggressive in the bedroom is sexy as fuck. But listen, I'm gonna tell you something. Don't get it misconstrued, because some of us may be extremely feminine in the way we portray ourselves, but we do like to dominate in the bedroom. You feel me? So again, the normal standard operating way of life is to allow an aggressive male to dominate a woman. That's how it's supposed to be. But this is a new day and age, and trust and believe me, there's some women out there who is dominating the fuck out of other women in the bedroom, and the shit's sexy than a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So listen, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.